Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Footballing Question YouTube channel. I'm Jordan Granger. You boys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Isaac.
And I'm Ashley.
Okay, there we go. So, a couple of days ago, England versus Ukraine in the quarterfinal of the Euros, and England coming away with a 4-0 victory. Isaac, we'll start with you. How are you feeling after the game?
Well, after the game, I wasn't feeling too well, but given it's been 2 days, I'm feeling a lot better now. I mean, going into that game, I think I was even though it's probably on paper the most odds-on England have been to win this tournament, I feel it's like they're the weakest side we've played so far, even though it's a quarterfinal. I went into it very cautious, thinking, this could be another Iceland if we really don't respect them, but we absolutely demolished them. It's the first time we've scored 4, I think, in a knockout match since 66, the final in 66, and 4-0. It's ridiculous. I was thinking maybe 2-0. We get 2 and we kind of calm the storm, but we didn't look ever like really conceding. We were solid at the back. Kane, as I predicted, after the Germany goal, has gone forward, got another 2. Maguire, I'm so glad to see him score after the chances he had against Germany. Henderson getting his first, that's a really good thing, him coming off the bench, getting a goal. I still don't think he should start, but it's good for him. Really solid performance from the team. Mount's come in, had a decent match. I don't know if he was amazing, but he had a good game. Sancho had a good game. Great performance all round. 4-0 in the quarterfinal. Out of all the quarterfinals, who's the team which played the best? You've got to say England. Had the best quarterfinal, and now, we've got to look onto Denmark in 2 days. Have fun.
Ashley, what do you reckon?
We were so good. I mean, coming into the game, I was cautious because Ukraine have got this far. They could still probably do something against us, and I think you're a fool to go into any England game in a knockout and tournament and be confident. I think that's stupid. Like anything can happen. We've seen that over the years. But we were so good, and it felt like a friendly. I don't know, like after beating Germany, I was just ecstatic for the next couple of days. I don't we won 4-0 against Ukraine. No, it was just like it's weird to think that we're already in a semi-final because that was an easy game, and it's not even like we played like the kind of not sluggish, but very pragmatic football that Southgate likes to play against the top six sides. We didn't slug our way through that game. We played expansive football and attacking football, and I think that was a big part of that was because we switched to a 4-2-3-1, and I thought Sancho was amazing. He was so good, just skipping past players. He was brilliant, and yeah. I don't know where Kane's come from. He's now a joint top goal scorer. Where's that come from? He's back. It was such a good game. So good.
Yeah, I agree. I think we just played really well, and there was no doubt in my mind, after the opening 10 minutes, there was no doubt in my mind that we were going to win. Obviously, we thought that we were going to win anyway. If you've seen the last videos, then you'll know that. But so good. I don't think Ukraine were up for it. As soon as they walked out, you look at them and you think, they're not up for this. We're gonna do something here, and that's what we did. Harry Kane was amazing. You guys mentioned Sancho. I thought he was amazing as well, which I'm very glad to see, considering he's signed for United now. And yeah, across the board, I think we were just very, very good. I think we should talk about some players specifically in detail. Shall we start with Sancho?
Yeah, I agree. He was the thing is that little clip of him where he skips past 3 players in the second half. I think it was the second half, could have been first. It was just he was incredible, and it was so good to see him play because all tournament I think he was really the only player now that we haven't really seen much of. I know he came on in a couple of games. I think one of the games before he came on him. But it was great to see him start, and he was so good. I would go as far as to say I'd like to see him starting in the next game. I really, really liked him, and I thought he's such a good creative outlet. Yeah, it's just he's dangerous.
I think with Sancho, I think he had a couple of chances that he should have done a lot better on in the game, but overall he was decent. And it just makes me wonder, was that transfer stuff with United in the background really the thing holding him back for England at the start of the tournament?
I don't know. What? So you think that Southgate didn't put him in the squad because there was so much around him in the media?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot around Jack Grealish at the moment, isn't there? There's a lot around Harry Kane. I don't think he really, I might be wrong, but I don't think that was his reason. I think his reason was that, although the Bundesliga is a top league, I think Southgate's very he knows the Premier League players are good and he sticks with those players because they're proven at a top level in the Premier League. And just because he plays in the Bundesliga doesn't mean Sancho shouldn't be compared with them, because he's going to do brilliant in the Premier League. I think so anyway. But yeah, I think he was just so he was just so kind of not obsessed, but fixated on that. You know what? These players have won Champions League, Premier League this season. They're going in my team. And then I'll bring in Sancho to see how he does. I think that was his thinking. I don't think it was because of the media.
Isaac?
I mean, with Sancho, I do rate Sancho. I think he's a great footballer, and you see that in his stats in the Bundesliga. And I do think, I don't know if they'll translate one-to-one to the Premier League. The Premier League, I think, is a tougher league, but he'll certainly not do a Sanchez to United. I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll definitely add to United, and he'll be good. And I think with England, he offers something different. On the right, who have we played? We've played 3 people on the right so far, starting. We've had Foden for the first 2. We had Saka for the next 2. We've had Sancho now. And Saka is very much the perfect kind of exactly what you want as a winger. He will take someone onto the byline, cross as many times as he possibly can, and 1-2 with a striker as much as he can. He is not thinking about scoring goals. He's thinking of getting the ball in. Foden plays like Grealish, but on the other side, like a number 10. He drops a bit deeper, collects the ball, dribbles a lot more, plays a lot more in the midfield, and isn't like a winger. Him and Saka, very different style being left footed. And then you got Sancho, who just takes people on. If I could compare him to a player, I compare him to early Arsenal Alexis Sanchez on the right wing, trying to really just get the ball, and as soon as he gets it, just goes, right, how many people can I nutmeg until I get to the box? I'd still prefer to play Saka, because I think, I just think his performances against Germany, was absolutely superb. I'd like to see Sancho get more minutes, but he certainly had a great game. I just feel like Saka, the way he's performed for England so far in this tournament, I just feel like he's done enough to keep his place to semi-final. But I don't think it matters who we play on the right wing in the semi-final. If we play Foden, Saka, or Sancho, and the rest of the team stays roughly the same, I think we've got enough to beat Denmark. We'll talk about that later on, obviously, but he's definitely had a good game. But yeah, for me, Saka just about pips him to the starting lineup.
Fair enough. I think we need to talk about Harry Kane as well. In the first couple of games, he was nowhere to be seen. And then he gets his goal against Germany. And now he's come in and he scored 2 in the last game. He's in the running for the Golden Boot, which has come out of nowhere. And we talked about Sancho with the media. And it's another case of, was the rumours around him leaving Tottenham affecting him? And because obviously they've died down a bit now. Is it a case of we didn't see the perfect Harry Kane because things were on his mind?
I think you're talking about. I think this is just. I don't think we need to go into that. I think they're professionals. Rumours fly about players all the time. Kane every season for like the last 3 years has had rumours over his head because of how good he is and because Tottenham have slowly but surely been becoming a bit lesser. Sancho's had links around him for about a bloody year, hasn't he? So I think his saga is a bit more serious. I don't think either players, their transfers are really affecting them. I'd say with Kane, it was just like he was just struggling to get into it. I feel like he was playing deep, but not really doing anything he was limiting our play in the first few games by dropping deeper. and then against Germany, finally got into rhythm. I still don't think he had a great game against Germany, but he got the goal, and that was the important thing. And then straight after that, 4 minutes in, Kane does what he does. He doesn't. It's not an amazing finish, but he snatched at the chance, took it, and he puts us 1-0 up in a great moment to kind of calm the nerves. And his second goal, Shaw puts the ball in. Actually, that's another thing. Luke Shaw, what a player! What an absolute baller! So 3 assists now in 2 games. He's our top assister. What a player! So many players have gone into this tournament and people weren't rating them, such as, actually, no, Luke Shaw, I'd say people were rating him, but a year ago, no one was. You've got Maguire, you've got Stones, Sterling, people weren't rating for England, and he scored 3 at a tournament. People would have questioned why Saka went into the squad. And, well, he's 19 years of age, and he plays like he's about 27. And then people doubting Kane after 3 games. When I said, look, it's Kane, he just needs 1. He just needs 1. And in the World Cup, Kane won the Golden Boot, obviously, and we're all happy for him for that. But all of his goals were in the group stage and round 16. And if I wanted him to score at any time, it would have been in that semi-final against Croatia. But the good thing is now he's getting on form at the right time. We didn't need him in the group stage. We just about got away with it. And now the goals are flying in. And we're going into a game where, we're going to need to really attack a side. And we've got our striker on hot form. And I feel sorry for Dominic Calvert-Lewin because he's really not going to get a look in, is he?
No.
If we get to the final, you can't imagine him subbing Kane off, can you?
Oh, definitely not.
That
Definitely
would never happen. Poor bloke, because I really rate Dominic Calvert-Lewin. But he may never start at an international tournament until he's like 30.
Yeah, but Kane's on fire now, and hopefully he can continue that and lead us into the final and maybe win it. But we'll see. Then I wanted to mention Jordan Pickford again. Another player that's been outstanding and showing it even more. And every single game we've played, we've kept a clean sheet.
It's unreal. It's unreal. Can you imagine saying before this tournament, by the time we get to the semi-final, no one has been able to score against us? How good does that sound? Because I said it again last week, and I'll just say what I'm going to say. Basically, when you look at our defence on paper, it is not it doesn't look like the best defence in the world. Like, it really doesn't. But then when you actually look at them individually, and I didn't expect our defence to play this well. But when you look at it individually, Harry Kane has had a brilliant season for Manchester United. We put him in our team this season. Kyle Walker, Premier League winner. Trippier was in there, La Liga winner. Ben Chilwell, Champions League winner. Stones, Premier League winner. It's brilliant, and they've been so good. But at the same time, I don't think you can really take anything away from Pickford, just because he's had such good defenders in front of him. Pickford has been outstanding, and he's kind of one of these players that has just completely changed people's perspectives on him, because coming into this tournament, he is now an average Everton goalkeeper who played well at 2018 Cup and is going into this squad because Southgate still likes him. He's still Southgate's mate. That is what a lot of people were thinking. But he has performed so well now that, none of the other goalkeepers are going to get a look in, apart from if he gets COVID or he gets injured, right? That he has to play, and he's just been so good. And it's just, I feel like he's much more confident than he has been in the last couple of years. When he's on the pitch, he's commanding that England squad from the back, and he's got a great new haircut.
Just add that little bit of information in there. Shall we talk a little bit? Oh, for sure. Shall we talk a little bit about Ukraine though, because they were poor, very, very poor.
I think they should be proud of themselves. It's the furthest they've ever got in a tournament, and I did like watching them in the group stage. I thought they were really unlucky against the Dutch. That was a great match. In the group stage, their 3-2 loss to Netherlands with Dumfries getting that late winner, and Yarmolenko, he's just one of those nice players to watch. Just that goal he scored in the first game, curling it top left. They just seem like a nice side. They were trying to play football, and in this game, as soon as we were 3-0 up, we just kind of went, you know what? We don't need the ball. We can sit back, give you the ball, counter attack, you win a corner and score. Like it was a professional win from England because we were efficient. And I mean, I didn't expect us to dominate them in the way that we did. I thought they'd put up a bit more of a fight, which is a bit sad for them. But obviously, I'm not complaining as an England fan. But you know, they can leave with their head held high. You know, it's very different to Germany. You know, the girls aren't crying after this one. They can smile a bit. You know, they can be proud of their country a bit, and that's nice to see. You know, it was good seeing Shevchenko after the game straight away. You know, really respectful, shaking Southgate's hand, hugging Harry Kane. You know, he's really stand-up guy. And yeah, like it was a poor match for them, but do you know what? They weren't expected to win, were they? You know, it's not like us going out to Iceland, is it? It would be like Iceland going out to us in many ways, which they shouldn't be that ashamed. And I think maybe we've got to admit, to ourselves right now, we are actually one of the best international sides right now because we've made 2 semi-finals in a row. We haven't done that since the 90s. It's ridiculous. Actually, I don't think we did do it in the 90s because we made 90, then 96. So I don't think we've done this in God knows how long. I don't know, but I'll look it up. But yeah, I think I might have to admit something on camera that look, we had an England episode and we all had a go at Southgate. Yeah. Okay. And my mates have thrown my logic back in my face before the quarterfinal because I was saying, look, if we got knocked out today, I would be very critical of Southgate and I would potentially want someone in if we lost to Ukraine. We didn't, obviously, because I was very confident we'd win anyway. But I said, look, if we did, Southgate out trains, back on, baby. And then they threw my Arteta logic back in my face. And I went, okay, I'm going to sit down and just admit, okay, right, I'm a football fan. I don't know as much as a manager does. Gareth Southgate clearly knows a lot more about football than I do. And I believe he's made the right decisions. And also, I believe it's coming home.
I think that's different, though. Sorry to interrupt, but I think that's different. Like that's the nature of an international tournament. And I'm not being funny, but if Southgate loses to Denmark, I'm still going to be on his case. Like he's gonna be scrutinised, and they're going to be cool for him to go. But I
don't think it's grounds for him to be sacked though, because
fair enough.
Semi-finals. Actually no. If you count Nations League.
Yeah, fair enough. But at the same time,
we can't count the Nations League. I'm sorry.
Think about it. We're going one step at a time. You know, lose the 3rd place playoff, win the 3rd place playoff. That means we're actually going to win the semi-final this time.
Yeah, but we're losing in the
final. So we're going to win the World Cup.
Yeah,
who wins the Euros anyway? Much rather win the World Cup.
Qatar 2022, baby.
About Ukraine, just quickly. I feel like they started out. I don't know if you saw their formation switch really quickly, and they started out with like a 5 at the back, / 3 at the back, like Germany play and like England played last match. And then as soon like they were like, all right, okay, we're going to this. We'll set up a wall. They're not getting past us. It's all right. We'll sit back. We'll let them come to us and get them on the counter. You know, we've got Yarmolenko. It'll be fine, right? And then we scored within 4 minutes, and and instantly they went right. We're finished. They just went 4 at the back and just tried to attack us, and you know it didn't work too well. But also, did you see the thing with Yarmolenko and Harry Kane on the floor? So Harry Kane's down on the floor, and for some reason he's on the floor, either been pushed over or something like that, and a Ukraine player goes to help him up, and Yarmolenko quickly comes over and whacks the Ukraine player's hand away, and then tells him to go away, and they both walk off and don't pick up Harry Kane. So I think Yarmolenko was a bit annoyed.
You can understand.
Yeah. But Ukraine were poor, and that's all I've got to really say about it.
Yeah.
Who are we giving man of the match to?
I mean,
tough one, but
the one which I've seen put about a lot is Kane. Obviously, he got 2 goals. He's back amongst it. I mean, Maguire scored and got a clean sheet, but defensively he didn't actually do anything because there wasn't anything to do. I feel like the midfield kept it a lot quiet. I think Rice and Phillips were outstanding, and that's the other thing which I was really worried about going into the game was the yellow card situation. You had Maguire, Foden, Rice and Phillips on yellows, and you know you're worried about the semi-final and whether because the yellow cards get wiped out after this game, but all of them we were so in control of the game. I don't remember us making a foul, did we? I don't think we
Um,
fouled them.
I can't remember, but
Maybe,
surely there was
No.
one.
maybe Henson kicked someone in the 90th minute. I don't know. Like, oh, the beauty of it was at 4-0, we didn't need to play 90 minutes. We played 60 and then could stroll a bit, keep our energy, bring on. It's the only. I think it's the only game we've brought on all 5 subs.
One of them, yeah.
We could afford
Yeah.
to. Tactically, he was like, "Do you know what? I can give players as many minutes as I want here, and it won't affect the result." Against Germany, I understand. He needed to really, really be careful with who he brings on. But this game, I just can't talk about it enough. We were just in control, and
So
scoring early in both halves as well. Like, we break their tactics in 4 minutes. He then has 15 minutes to go. Look, we're 1-0 down. Look, we're still in this game. What do we score? We win a free kick in 10 seconds and score from it. Like, that's just, your game plan's gone. 2-0 up. We've won. And then Kane scores straight away after that. Like,
so in conclusion, he's your man of the match.
Yeah.
oh,
I've got mine. So I'll go ahead and say mine now.
oh,
Yeah,
And
go.
I think, I don't know, but I was so impressed with Sancho after that game, and it's got to go to him. I was like so glad he's in the team. I thought he was brilliant. He did miss a couple of chances, could have done better, but yeah, Sancho for me.
I've got 2 in mind. I'm trying to choose one. Obviously, Harry Kane is the obvious one, but I think Luke Shaw as well was very good, very good. I'm going to go with Luke Shaw. That cross for the Maguire goal. I loved seeing that little link up between Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. It was brilliant. But Luke Shaw for me was outstanding again, and my man of the match for sure.
I think you've turned my head there. Sorry to use Love Island slang, but yeah, you've turned my head. I was thinking between the Harrys, I was thinking Maguire or Kane, but Luke Shaw, that cross for Maguire, you know, that's the cross Maguire's been waiting for. It's a cross where he doesn't have to think about it. He just let it hit him, and it went in. Luke Shaw's my man of the match. He was phenomenal. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the memes after it, him and Roberto Carlos. You know, like he was. I mean, he was amazing. I'm sorry, but like,
Have you seen the videos from England's training? And every time they talk to Luke Shaw, they call him like Shawberto. Now, like
beautiful.
everyone's calling him Shawberto. It's brilliant.
The changing confidence these must have gone through is unreal. Like from being managed under Mourinho, getting picked on a little bit, to now being compared to Roberto
Mourinho's still
Carlos.
picking on him.
Yeah, I know.
He
Mourinho's
Yeah,
still
mentioned it, like,
picking on him.
he's still talking about me. Like, I'm playing for England right now. I don't care. Like,
Oh, but England, brilliant. And we head to the semi-final to play Denmark.